So then, folks, here is a very little interesting surprise live stream for you all in 5 minutes with a friend.
Hello.
Yeah, you won't know who he is, but you will in a minute. Roll titles. Hello.
Hello.
We are now live.
We are live.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. I am Jamie Dew once again. This is a live stream of in my little living room, sitting room, whatever you want to call it. I know another friend of ours is watching this. Hi, Nicole. How you doing? And if anybody else tunes in, so be it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Hey, but yeah, for those of you that are new to my channel, I do have a few more friends in regards to watching the Eurovision Song Contest. Oh, Eurovision friends! It's terrible, it's terrible.
Yeah.
This is Damo, everybody!
Hello, hello.
So he's been a friend of mine for how long now? Long time, 15.
2005.
Since 2005, so yeah, long time. Work out the maths at home.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he and I have been watching Eurovision ever since we were younger. I think the first proper one we watched together was 2009, where the UK did bloody well that particular year. And 2009 we finished fifth.
Actually, I think it was earlier than that. I think the first one we actually properly watched together was 2006.
Did we watch that together?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Every year between 2006 we watched it together.
Oh, Jesus, okay. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Well, thank you for correcting me.
But the first one I watched was 94.
And I think the first proper one I remember watching, in case some of you aren't aware, was in 2003 where the UK got bugger all, nul point. But it is what it is. And Nicole, how are you doing if you're watching once again? And if you want to chat away and get involved in this particular Eurovision catch-up, which is what it is, it's basically a re-review of all 40 of this year's Eurovision Song Contest entries with effectively my sort of re-thoughts and Dana with his...
Unique thoughts.
I was going to say extreme, but
Yeah.
trust me, viewer discretion advised as far as hey, it's British people, would you expect? But anyways, we are going to be going through all 40 Eurovision entries in the amount of detail as we possibly can. Don't know how long this is going to take, but preferably before 9 o'clock, because that's when the old Danish one starts, isn't it?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam calling is, or the calling Amsterdam program is on. I'm doing good, thank you. Great video, guys. Thank you so much, sis. I am catching you from the old-fashioned technology of mobiles. That's lovely, isn't it? Anyway, so let's get on with the first semi-final of this year's Eurovision Song Contest in performance order. So let's speak off straight off the bat. Albania. What do we think of this one?
I think it's a good song, but I think that they seem to have overrated it a little bit, and I think that the revamp has ruined its chances.
Why do you think the revamp's ruined its chances?
Because it just doesn't sound as good as the original one in the national final.
Okay. This is definitely, I think, well, as I already mentioned, as I alluded to in my previous ones, it's definitely a good one, and it'll be an Eastern Bloc bonanza.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It'll get the Eastern Bloc votes. The Western Bloc, I think, might sort of maybe forget about it. If you want to elaborate on it anymore or interrupt me at any time, dude, you can do that.
Yeah, I think Eastern Europe would vote for it, but I don't think it'll get any points from the West.
It might get a few points, probably not a lot of what they're hoping for.
Yeah.
Do you see this as a jury song or a public song?
Public vote in Eastern Europe, maybe jury in Western Europe.
Maybe the odd jury one?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to start off the show in first is definitely, would you say an advantage or a disadvantage?
I would say disadvantage because there's a lot of like stronger songs coming up in that semi-final than that song.
Well, he thinks it's stronger, but I think it's definitely up there in amongst to be the favourites from the community, so it might get the public vote. The jurors might be a bit harsh on this one. And what would be unfortunate for Albania, say if they did qualify and they got, say, in the first half selection, they might get position number 2, where they have done numerous times before.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's always a possibility. But as far as the performance, what are you expecting from the stage and the performance?
I don't think it would change much from the national final. I think it would probably be something similar to that.
Okay. Interesting. But in terms of like the the sort of like the sort of what do you call it? Sexualized performance, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they'll probably use some elements of that. They might add a couple of extra things, but I think it'd be more or less the same.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so let's move on to song number 2, Latvia, which is probably the unfortunate position for song number 2, but it doesn't mean to say with position number 2 is when it comes to semi-finals. Some have qualified, but not a lot. Not a lot have qualified from position number 2, and that belongs to Latvia with Eat Your Salad, Ziti Zeni. Your thoughts?
Awful. It's a rubbish novelty act for a start. There's too much swearing in it, and I just think it's another one of those novelty acts that ruin the credibility of Eurovision, and I don't think it'll qualify.
But some novelty acts in the past have done relatively well, though.
Yeah, but they do ruin the Eurovision's credibility. I think it kind of ruins it.
There you go. I think it's well. Here's the thing. Initially, I was a bit puzzled by it, but I do personally think this is. I don't know. It's just grown on me. It's just slightly grown on me. If you watched my previous videos before in regards to my personal top 40, you will know that it's sort of gone up a little bit. Not a lot, but it's gone up. I don't know. I just like the quirkiness of it all, and it does include swearing in it. Obviously, with swearable songs, it won't be involved or anything. It won't be included in anything. But on one of the performances I noticed they did for promotional stuff, or whether it was the national final, I can't remember, is that with the opening lines it goes, the opening line goes, instead of meat, I eat veggies, and you know what it is. But instead of actually saying it out loud, they put the letters P-U and then S-Y at the end, and in the middle was a pussycat emoji.
Yeah. Good way of working around it.
They might put that in there, and if anything, the audience on the night, if they know the song backwards, will probably shut it out.
Yeah.
They did that in London Eurovision, I know that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think this is a good novelty. Whether it will qualify from P2 or not, I do not know. It is a big, big question. We'll see about Latvia. But we're not moving far as the Balkans is concerned. Number 3 is Lithuania. Monica Liu, Sentimentai. Your thoughts, please?
I think this may qualify, but I don't think it's going to be going to trouble the top 10. It's an okay sort of 70s-esque song.
It is very 70s.
But I just don't think it's going to challenge for anything.
No, I mean, when you say precisely, assuming it did qualify.
I would say it could finish in the top half of the bottom 5, so around 20th, something like that. But I can't see it.
Well, it definitely ain't no Roop. That's for sure.
No, it's definitely not the Roop.
Definitely not that. But it's a bit different if you think about it. I mean, every year we always speak about what a difference a year makes. Pardon me, I've just had dinner. In regards to various Eurovision songs, this is definitely different.
Lithuania, they do have a different style every year. They always seem to change it up. For instance, they went from When We Were Old, which was a classic masterpiece, to the Roop, which I didn't really like their first one, but their second song was great.
In discotheque,
Yeah,
the first one I did like as well. On Fire. Dare I say? But here's the thing. On Fire. We'll just go briefly talk about that for a minute. The On Fire was topped with a lot of polls before the whole contest was cancelled because of you know what.
Yes.
Do you think honestly that was you just said it yourself what I'm saying is your opinion of the fact it's not as good as Discotheque in your opinion is intriguing.
Yeah, because I actually preferred Discotheque as a song because it had more of a sort of get up there sort of vibe. On Fire sounded a bit too dreary.
Okay. I understand. I personally am in agreement that Discotheque was better than On Fire.
Yeah.
That's just a personal preference, so
yeah.
It could be different for other people. But as far as Sentimentai, I agree. I don't think it's going to trouble the top 15 at least. I think it will qualify, but it's just one of those that might miss out a little bit.
Yeah.
Number 4, moving on, and arguably one that you and I both really like, but a lot of the community do not, and that is Switzerland with Marius Bear and Boys Do Cry. Am I
Yeah, I like this song. I think it's well, it's one of those ones where it shows you that about men opening up with their feelings, and I think that's a really good idea for a song.
Absolutely, great message. We all like to hear that.
Yeah, and I just think it's one of those. I reckon with the community, I think it's one of those ballads that may get lost. That's probably why they haven't rated it as high.
Maybe it's a bit too slow to melody, maybe for other people.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a shocker because a lot of people put it in sort of near last on some of the polls. I know the ESC Nation poll, which also is another good poll, by the way. I'll put a link in the description after this video is done. That is currently last with 0 points in the vote for all vote side.
That's actually quite shocking. But
I agree.
Let's just put it this way, though. We can both agree that it is no 2L universe, is it?
No. It's definitely not as good as last year.
No.
I think that's probably partly why also this has gone down for a lot of people's liking. And Switzerland, prior to them being really good, especially with what was 20? I think it was in 2018. Was it 2019? I can't remember. Luca Hani.
Yeah, another good one.
Another good one. Yeah. That was up there. So was I can't remember. It was a couple of others. I can't remember now. But for a while, they were a country that you sort of.
Well, you think they're on their way to a win, but.
No, I was thinking the exact opposite of that.
Yeah.
I was thinking that they normally send songs which are good but not votable. I think this is another example of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But there you go. But we do like it. That's the main thing. We do like it, but it seems it's just not votable, which is annoying. Number 5, another one that belongs in that sort of category. Slovenia, LPS, or Last Pizza Slices. It's they're called. That's what it means. LPS.
Wow, I actually didn't know that. That's something I
only told that from other commenters and YouTube.
Oh, right, fair enough. Yeah.
And stuff like that. The song's called Disco. It's just another one of those ones that is sort of okay but not votable, isn't it?
And in my personal thought, I actually really like this song. Yeah, I just think it's one of them. I just love it. Disco. I just think it's but I agree with you. It's not one of those ones that's going to actually score highly. It's just a song that I probably would get up and dance to, but it's not one that's going to trouble the top.
Personally, I'm not that keen on it. It's like quite near my bottom.
Yeah.
It's alright, but I don't really hate it or anything. I'm like, one song you all know. The only thing also, just quickly on Slovenia, the only thing the geese on the keyboard looks like, I don't know, sort of like the cool teacher in amongst the kids group or something.
Yeah, it does. It does look like a music lesson. Music lessons at King's Manor over the days.
We went to King's Manor, now called Shoreham Academy.
Yes.
Number 6. All right, let's really talk about this one because we've got a bit of a debate on this particular one. Number 6 is Ukraine, Kalish Orchestra, Stefania. Let's first of all get the song out of the way, and then the obvious caveat we'll talk about in a minute. Do you like it?
I love the song. I get you. I love the song.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Let's just talk about the song.
Yeah.
Talk about the obvious
I don't think it's a winner, but I could see it finishing in the top 10.
I agree. It's another one. It's just like last year. It's sort of got their own taste to it with a modern pop twist that will definitely be likeable with Western listeners. I agree. The rap element will probably cut it off because let's face it, not a lot of people. For some reason, rap and Eurovision do not mix.
Yeah, never had a winner with rap.
Probably the only decent result with rap, last time I can remember, was UK 94, was it?
Oh, no,
5.
What about Soldi in 2019? They had bits of rap in it.
Part rap.
Yeah.
Part rap.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really like pure on rap, wasn't it? It was sort of part disguised. If it was a rap that was part disguised as normal lyrics, that might get away with it.
Yeah.
But as far as a whole rap song is concerned, give or take, I'll say UK 95, I think it was. Right, let's get the obvious thing out of the way because, in case you don't know, Ukraine, as much as they are sort of top 10 in a lot of polls, community polls, etc., they are way out in front with the bookies, and the obvious thing about that is the situation going on in Ukraine right now. Now, obviously, while we are, keeping our fingers, toes, knees, and prayers and everything else crossed that everything will be oaky-dokie for Ukraine after all this time, the main argument is that the bookies are putting that high because of the situation in Ukraine. Now, is that fair or not fair? Say if Ukraine won this year's contest, would that be fair or not fair?
I can see it happening, like for instance, getting a lot of sympathy votes.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually see it happening, but as a song contest, which this is, it wouldn't really be fair on the other acts.
I would tend to agree personally.
And I'm glad though that they've actually been allowed to go and perform.
That is a good thing.
I think that's absolutely brilliant. They're going to actually be in Turin, which we thought weren't going to be possible.
I had a feeling they might give them permissional things because I know it's an all-man thing that you know, men to fight, women and children to leave, etc. We get that. It's part of war. Even in the 21st century, it's kind of part of what it all is. Anyway, that's a story for another time. But I personally am in agreement that it would not be fair whatsoever on Eurovision in general, not just the artists, but just Eurovision in general, for a country that's currently going through a massive crisis like they are at the moment.
It kind of echoes with the Bosnia entry in the 90s. Do you remember that when they actually escaped war and they actually still performed? I thought that was amazing.
It was amazing. That was 93, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. I think the song was not riveting. It has to be said. It wasn't the most riveting of songs.
Just the fact they got there.
Yeah,
that was the thing with that.
Same in '94 actually, in regards to that, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just personally am a bit baffled as to why the bookies have put them stonkingly high.
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason why we're a bit confused as to why the bookies have put them that high. But I bet you come rehearsals, they'll go down.
Yeah. And do you actually think, say, if Ukraine did win, they would be able to host?
God, no.
No,
absolutely not. Not in the current situation. If things improved, maybe. Anyway, let's move on now from that debate to song number 7, Bulgaria, Intelligent Music Project with the song Intention. Now, we are rock.
We love our rock. We love our rock.
We love our rock. But God, this is poor, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful. I was expecting a lot more from Bulgaria. It was, to be honest, this is probably one of their worst entries.
A lot of people are saying the reason why it is poor is because they have some dodgy lyrics in it.
Yeah, and the look, they've gone down the look, and it is so Foo Fighters.
It's very Foo Fighters. It's cliche like anything in terms of pure rock songs.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. Like, we do like our rock, but...
Yeah. It just doesn't do anything for us.
Well, no idea.
Definitely
it's just something that is missing with it. Here's the thing in regards to rock songs before we carry on. Because in total there were 4 this year, and we were kind of expecting... Lol face from Nicole, thank you. I don't know what for or whatever. I think probably because of the fact that we both don't like this one.
No, it's
probably true. What was I going to say? I missed my point.
I don't know. You just say we both don't like it.
We don't like it. I was going to mention that in total there were 4 rock songs this year. We probably would have expected more of them, given what happened last year. Last year's winning song. But we've always maintained never try and copy the previous year's winner.
No, never works.
Never works. We'll come to that in semi-final 2 later on. Moving on to probably one of the bigger favourites, Song number 8, the Netherlands. They are pronounced, by the way, Steen. I think it's pronounced Steen.
Yes, it is, yes.
Steen, not S10. Steen, and the song's called Der Diepte. Apologies if that's not correct. This is one of the favourites, and rightly so.
Absolutely. I think it's amazing that they finally done it and sung in Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
I think
something which they didn't think we were going to get away with.
It's such a fresh air to hear the Dutch language at Eurovision again.
I fully agree.
And I actually going to put this one out here, and I actually think this song is better than Arcade.
Ooh, but Arcade won then.
Yeah, but I actually like this song more than Arcade.
To be honest with you, same here.
Yeah.
I same here. As much as Arcade is like, powerful kind of thing, and it's ways actually not too far away from another song that I've just thought of, but I'll get to that later. This one is just more relaxed, more listenable. It gets you engaged almost in an almost emotional kind of way. Not fully emotional.
It's quintessentially Dutch.
Oh, quintessentially Dutch.
I actually think it's
beautiful
really,
stuff.
it's beautiful.
But I think she should sing La La La's instead of Da Da Da's personally.
Yeah, because it seems to work more.
That's how I feel. That's how I see it. But what do you think of staging with this one? Because we never really heard it yet. Properly anyway.
No, well, they're obviously going to be performing tonight in Amsterdam, so we might see a video of that tomorrow to see what they're like live.
We will see. We will see.
But I actually think they were the Netherlands never seem to go over extravagant with their staging anyway.
No, that's true.
So,
2013 is a good case in point.
Yeah,
and she never even looked at the cameras.
No. So yes, that's what I reckon. Anyway, I think it'll probably just be her on stage with a couple of backing singers or something.
Well, she's just a lone singer, so she might just go on her own.
Yeah,
like 2013.
Yeah, could do. Yeah.
Birds, if I remember correctly, with that one. Song number 9. Moving on then to Moldova. Zidub Zidub with Frati Adverhof, excuse me, with Trenuletul. I like this one. But I like quirkiness. But I know Dana's not going to agree, are you?
Nah, I don't like this song. I was going to say what I actually thought of it, but I think it might be a bit inappropriate.
Well, just twist around it, maybe.
Well, I would say this is an anthem for train spotters.
That's a good enough negative comment.
Yeah, it's better than the other thing I was going to say, but I think. Yeah, I just think this is just going to get lost in the semi-final. I just don't think it's that great.
I don't know. It's very different compared to the rest. It just kind of reminds me of Greece 2013. Alcohol was free, except speaking about trains. I loved Alcohol was free personally. I'm going to like this one.
I had a period where I used to really enjoy train spotting, and this doesn't take me back to those days, unfortunately.
But it is all it is just people dancing on a train, and they would go. Anyway, let's move on. Song number 10. I was going to think of something else, but never mind. Song number 10. Portugal with Maro and the song Saudade Saudade. This is quite a lot of people's favourites as far as the community is concerned. Not high or anything like that. Probably squeezing top 15, something like that. Damon, what do you think?
I like the song. I think it's quite beautiful. It's got a lovely message. But the one downside to this song, I don't think the staging's very good.
From the national final, you mean?
Yeah, I don't like that all grouped together sort of thing. I think it's like the stage is going to be huge in Turin, right? And all that in one spot. I just think it's just going to really not work. I
fully agree. As much as the song itself is alright, I find it alright. Probably not, I don't like it as much as you, but I've always maintained that clapping stuff, the way they're staged on, it's just distracting, isn't it?
Yeah, the clapping is very distracting. I really agree with you on that.
It's just purely distracting, which has garnered... Okay, I know you guys don't see the dislikes anymore on YouTube, but I can tell you, last time I checked on that video when I spoke about the clapping, it didn't gain much positivity from commenters who aren't even subscribed, by the way. And what are you doing? Get subscribed right now if you're watching this later on. But yeah, not many people agree with me about the clapping because I thought it was like a nice art form. And I can tell you that garnered 67 dislikes, as far as I'm aware.
Wow.
Compared to, I think it was like 34 dislikes.
Yeah.
I'm 2 away from 69.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, get some more dislikes on that one. That'd be
definite qualifier though, I think.
I don't know. I just think the staging will put it off. Staging's a big thing.
Yeah.
I just think it'll put it off. That'll be my little dog barking outside, little Tia. Who's a chihuahua, by the way.
Oh.
As much as we love you, you can't put us off in the video. And we'll move on from all of that.
Yeah.
Song 11 is Croatia, Mirdim Sic, Guilty Pleasure. It's a couple of people's guilty pleasures, no pun intended. Is it yours?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I think, to be honest, I liked it on first listen, but then when I started listening to this song again, it just kept dipping. It was just,
I think like.
And
Portugal,
also, the staging is so distracting.
I was about to say the same thing. Like Portugal, I can see why the organisers have put Portugal and Croatia together because their staging is so distracting.
Yeah.
Well, the performance seems it's not the staging itself that's distracting for Croatia. It's just that dancer.
Yeah, it's annoying.
The dancer's making the whole thing about himself rather than about the song. Which...
If you're watching Croatian delegation ditch him.
Or at least just make him less noticeable.
Yeah.
if you don't if you don't want to ditch him, who cares? Yeah, that's what we're gonna say about that.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, we're gonna move on to song 12, Denmark, with performers Ready, and the song is The Show. This is possibly the most bizarre transitioning in the middle of a song I've ever heard in my life. Ballad on a piano to a rock song.
I actually quite like it.
Really?
Yes. What I like about this, it gives me those vibes of, I don't know if you remember, and there was a band in the 80s called Heart.
Not that I recall.
Yeah, they sang the song Alone. How do I get you alone?
Oh, right. How do I get you alone?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, and it gives me those sort of vibes. It's
Really?
like, yeah, because they did similar style songs. They did like where they started on a piano thing, and then they went into that sort of rock ballady sort of thing.
But this isn't a I get you, but this isn't a rock ballad. This just goes from ballad to up rock. It literally just changes from down there to up there in a second.
But I like it. It's like I just like those middle-aged women doing a rock song. I think it's great. I just think it's brilliant. It's just.
I'm not so sure they're middle-aged. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think they're middle-aged. I think they're sort of in the 30s and stuff. But anyway, this. I'm not a fan of it.
No.
I think it's okay. I just find the transition a little bit odd. So go from ballad to rock song. You should just kept rock song all the way. If I'm honest with you.
And again, I noticed over the years that you don't like big strange transitions. Do you remember, I don't know what song it was. There was one a few years ago when you started singing off slow, and then all of a sudden it just goes. What one was that?
I think it was Malta. I think, but I could be wrong. Or was it Israel?
I don't know. It was one of those ones you went, oh, didn't you, when it was on TV? When we listened to it, you guys, I
I do remember, but I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
I'm the same as you. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's not going to qualify. I don't like it.
No.
I say I don't dislike it. It's just not up there. No. Anyway, song 13. Another one of the big favourites, but we haven't really heard properly live, which is Austria, Lumix featuring Pia Maria. It's a shame she's not called Tia Maria. That would have been. The song's called Halo. Your thoughts?
Well, I like the song initially, but saying that you're saying about that, they actually did perform live in Israel the other night.
Oh, did they? Oh, of course they did.
And well, it didn't go down very well.
I hadn't heard it yet.
But saying that, she had laryngitis on the night.
But this is the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like the song itself, the rest of it is perfectly fine with the instruments and the boom, boom, boom. We all like that. But you can tell her vocals have really been altered in some way.
Yeah, and also dance songs never seem to translate into a live audience.
That is true. Poland a couple of years ago.
Germany with Cascada.
Germany as well.
Yeah.
Although that's that was more of a. Well, we've always maintained Control-C, Control-V previously is winner never normally works. We personally think Germany 2013 is the same as UK.
Yeah. And also, when we actually first thought, we thought great because we were big fans of Cascada back in the day. And then when we thought, oh right, she's doing Eurovision, brilliant. When we heard her live,
it was a bit. I wouldn't say she was bad. I personally don't think
it was weak. It was very weak.
It wasn't amazing.
No,
it wasn't amazing. I will admit.
Yeah.
But not everybody's like whatever.
I still think there's a qualifier though.
I think it'll qualify, but. Pia Maria, get your vocals sorted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I haven't personally heard it myself, but I've heard,
Yeah.
from him. Anyway, it will qualify. I do like this one. It's in my It's only in my top 15, I think. I can't remember whereabouts. If it isn't, then it's just outside. Anyway, song 14, Iceland with the sister band. I do apologise if I messed the title of this up, but it's Mer Hekandi Sol. Apologies if that's incorrect, but anyway, what do you think?
Well, it reminds me of that Family Guy episode where Peter and Lois do that hippie band. And also, but saying that though, to be fair, Daddy Frere was a very hard act to follow.
True, that is true, but they can't go this. This is a totally different direction.
Yeah, and I think it's the wrong direction.
I personally would agree with you on that. It's just I don't know if you saw their national final performance, but the choreography, if you could call it that, was just them sort of going twisting round.
In fact, the standard in Song for Cap'n this year was terrible. The other songs weren't that great either.
Not that I heard.
No, I watched the final one.
Song for Cap'n.
Yeah, and I thought to myself, okay, none of these songs are going to win Eurovision, or get anywhere near the top 10.
Family Guy, she likes that you mentioned Family
Yeah.
Guy. In
Yeah.
regards to Iceland, yeah, this is so not a qualifier, but I mean, like you said, Davy Frere was a tough act to follow. But it can't go that low, surely.
No, I know.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm not being too critical on it. It's just not goodness at the end.
No, it's not.
Just not goodness.
No.
Not bad, but not good. Song 15, another one of the community favourites. Greece, Amanda Tenfjord with the song Die Together. Your thoughts?
Very morbid.
Very morbid.
I actually think this song really should be against EBU rules.
Well, because it's mentioning death.
Yeah, because it's like encouraging suicide, and I don't really agree with that.
In a weird roundabout way, and we're sorry, Greek fans. And I know that, because the Greeks are a very die-hard fan base, and we're sorry, but yeah, it is morbid.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
I think easily you could make this song much more better. All you need to do is change the D to an L.
If we lie together.
Yeah, we lay together now.
Oh, lay together.
Yeah.
Then it means changing the L and the D and the I to the L and the A.
Yeah.
And the Y for that matter. So just
Yeah.
If we lay together.
That's all you would need to do. It would make it sound a bit much more better. I just think a song at the moment called Die Together when there's a war in Ukraine, I think it's a bit bad taste.
It is a beautiful song then.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song, but I think other than a song encouraging suicide when there's a war, I just think it's not great.
It's more about like potentially doing that only in domestic homes rather than necessarily in the general world, if you know what I'm saying. Let's move swiftly onto that. We think it's a beautiful song, just the subject matter. Yeah, it is what it is. 2 more songs left from first semi-final. Song number 16 is Norway, Subwoofer with the song Give That Wolf a Banana.
What the hell is this? Right, when I heard this song and I saw those 2 bozos in those wolf suits come on stage, I thought to myself, really? It's not even a song, it's a nursery rhyme.
Why is it nursery rhyme?
It's just something a kid would sing, isn't it? My name's Keith, I like your teeth. I
will admit it's sort of like cheesy lyrics. Rhyming lyrics for the matter.
Before that wolf eats your grandma, give that wolf a banana. I mean, what the hell is that? It's just terrible.
Well,
it's just like, for a start, I know the fans and I can see the televote voting for this really well, but I think the juries will pan this.
It does feel like a jury pan. I'm not going to lie, it does feel like a jury pan. But I'm in complete opposite with you. I love this one. It is so quintessentially Eurovision quiche of a kebab. Speaking of which, we had kebabs earlier. Sorry, terrible transition, but I love it because it is so. It's just Eurovision to a T. You get the odd novelty act now and then that will just stand out from the rest of the crowd, and this is absolutely it. They they're not even revealing. They're kind of like the Lordy of 2022, but just a bit more kid friendly and everything. But do you know what would surprise me? Just quickly say, what would surprise me is that once the televote happened, they take their hats off and reveal who they are.
Yeah, but another interesting thing.
What?
How will we know they're actually singing live? Because they don't actually.
They do like a microphone in them.
Yeah,
in their thing.
They did a lot of miming at the actual concert.
Well, I'm not surprised because they can't do that, but I'm sure they'll find a way of putting a microphone in amongst the. I know they. Actually, they do. Hang on, they did sing live in London.
No, they mimed.
No, they did.
No, they admitted they mimed.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I can tell the difference between the recording to live singing, and I don't believe that for a second. I firmly believe they were singing live. But regardless, I think they'll find a way of sticking a microphone underneath the thing somewhere, or over them. I don't know. They'll find a way, and they'll sing live, no problem. But they don't need to have belting vocals anyway. Give that wolf a banana. Enough said. And finally, rounding off semi-final one is Armenia, Rosalind with the song Snap. Your thoughts?
Love it. A brilliant song. I just think it's such a lovely, happy, jolly song. I think the fact that they've put them last is I reckon they're going to have the house from the video on the stage. I think the stage is going to really enhance this.
They must have really begged the EBUs to say, can you please put us last because of staging reasons?
Yeah.
Other than maybe like being last can be a good thing.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but can be.
But I think this will qualify, but I don't think it will finish anywhere near the top 10.
Yeah, if assuming it did qualify. Yeah, I say bottom 6 positions.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's all right, and I wouldn't be surprised.
And she can sing live well.
She can. We've heard Israel calling earlier, and she can sing live. Yeah, as you say, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought the house down, literally and figuratively. Right, let's move on to semi-final number 2, kicking off with Finland from semi-final 2, the Rasmus legendary band with the song Jezebel. I'm just going to say straight away on behalf of both of us.
Winner.
Well, our winner.
Yeah, love it.
Spoiler alert.
Absolutely love it. Huge fan of the Rasmus, have been since they released In the Shadows. And when I saw they
was at least in my top 3, at least in my top 3.
And I saw that when they actually were going into Eurovision, I thought to myself, now that's awesome. And they have delivered such a brilliant song.
It is a really, really good song, I'm not going to lie. For me, I will be jumping up and down like an absolute loony hearing it out of the blocks on the night, which is a very good thing, by the way.
Yeah. It's definitely got our votes already.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just about my mum going across the thing. But yeah, we both love Finland a lot. Yeah, I would jumping up and down like a loony bin. All that shenanigans. Nothing more we can say. It's a brilliant rock song. It's probably the best rock song out of the 4 that
definitely, 100%.
But there's another one we've got to speak about.
Yeah.
Obviously. But we move on to song number 2. Israel, unfortunate for them, with Michael Ben David and the song I Am, or I Am, you know I am, and all that.
It's like a Rylan performance on the X Factor. It would, but if Rylan was going to enter Eurovision, that's what he would do.
I see.
Yeah.
Rylan, by the way, is known as Rylan Clark Neal. What's up? Oh, Mum's decided to bring little Tia in for reasons. I don't know if you want to see her very quickly. Tia! Want to come over? Want to come over here? Sorry for this break-up in proceedings, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay, right, okay. Here you go. Little fella. There's a girl, sorry. You can't see her, hang on. Tia, come here. Tia. There she is. For your viewing pleasure, ladies and gentlemen.
Cuteness.
Little cuteness. And we've also got a little Lena here as well. Who's another chihuahua.
Got to have a bit of cuteness in these videos.
Got to get the views somehow. Got to get the clicks and the likes. Only joking, but there you go. There she is. Right, you want to go with Mum?
Just making sure it's a COVID thing.
Oh, okay, no problem. We are live, by the way. Apologies for this slight disruption. Oh, hello. I'm a little late. You want to go with Mum? You want to go with Mum?
Come on, girls, quick, 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 quick.
It's here. You want to go with Mum?
Come on, quick, quick.
The magic of live streams, everybody.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to Israel's on to, speaking of which, as you say, Riley Clark-Neal is, well, he used to be, briefly, made an appearance on the British version of the X Factor. He is, he's a character.
Well, he's a brilliant TV presenter, but
He's a TV presenter nowadays and radio presenter.
but terrible singer.
I think he was alright singing.
No, I don't think he even should have got to the live shows.
But he is more famous for his personality, hence why he does TV and radio work in the UK now. Probably more famous for two reasons. One, for hosting Ready Steady Cook and hosting Supermarket Sweep, which is a property.
And he also hosts the semi-finals for us.
He also co-hosts the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Quite right. Anyway, back to Israel. It's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quirky, it's different.
It's silly. It really is. I didn't rate this at all.
Yeah, neither did I. I must admit, it's okay. It's another okay song,
Yeah.
but yeah, being in position number 2 will not help. Anyway, moving on to song number 3 is well, time to wash your hands. It's Serbia, Constructor. I think I pronounced it. My apologies. With the song In Corpora Sano. Again, if that's wrong, my apologies.
Makes no sense at all. It's complete bonkers. I really don't understand how the hell do you go from Meghan Markle to washing hands?
Well, if you looked into the lyrics a lot more closely, and I have looked into the lyrics more closely, basically it's not just about washing hands; it's about beauty in general. It's like, what is the secret to Meghan Markle's Meghan Markle's beautiful hair? Well, it's all because of the physical presence of cleanliness, and then they briefly talk about at the end of mental cleanliness, because it's not always mental cleanliness is there.
It's not
Or
my
people
cup
can't
of
wash.
tea, but this is the sort of song that could win.
Ooh, why do you think that?
It's art pop. It's sort of like artistic. It's got that sort of performance art element to it, and those sort of songs tend to have done well in the past. And it's going to get a huge vote from Eastern Europe.
Just bear with me for a minute. I'm going to let Misha out. She's just been annoying me. Misha somehow came in here, one of my cats. Hold on. There we go. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
All good now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm torn personally. Like originally, I did find it a little bit bonkers. I'm not gonna lie. It has slightly grown on me. But I think maybe slightly overrated by the community.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
it's a nice artistic song, but slightly overrated if you ask me.
Yeah.
That's how I personally see it. Yeah, but I mean, it's, as I say, artistic with the washing hands and the cleanliness stuff. I mean, it's different. I mean,
Yeah.
it's current times.
Yeah.
It's current times.
Yeah. Exactly. That's another thing.
I don't think it'll win though. Song number 4 is Azerbaijan, Nadia Rustamli, sorry, with the song Fate of Black. God, this is forgettable, isn't it?
Very disappointing from Azerbaijan.
I
Very.
fully agree.
I thought to myself, this could be their second non-qualifier.
Well, you liked the first non-qualifier a lot, didn't you?
I loved it. I thought it was so underrated. It was such a good song.
It wasn't a right song.
Across my heart, I tear down the firewalls.
Yeah,
I really like that.
It doesn't sound like they didn't qualify, but it is what it is. But yeah, this will definitely not qualify whatsoever. It's just a mishmash of past Eurovision songs and trying desperately too hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Case in point, when it goes no, no, Australia 2016 all day long.
Yeah.
And I keep going. Yeah, forgettable. Just forgettable. Talk of the Devil, song number 5, Georgia, Circus Mercus with the song Lock Me In.
What the hell is this? Again.
They can perform it live though. We saw Israel call. Well, I saw Israel.
Yeah,
calling out.
but yeah, it's another crappy novel act, isn't it?
Well, this one's just a little bit like. I mean, obviously they're mysterious. We all know that. They're supposed to be a mysterious act. We don't really know all about them. But at the same time, they've just come up with an average song, haven't they?
Yeah.
There's nothing riveting.
No, nothing really exciting about it.
No. And also, I found the whole into the spacecraft, there in the spacecraft, just a bit annoying because they let went on too long. It went on too long.
Yeah. And also, when we first saw the name of the act when it was announced, we thought to ourselves, Circus Mercus. We thought, what's that?
Well, here's the thing. Oh, Monica! Hello! A new person. Sorry, I did not notice you until now. You're from Poland. How are you doing? We will get to Poland in a minute. We will talk about Poland in a minute. No, it's from Monica. Hello, how you doing? We've got another person.
Oh, wow. Cool.
If you're still there, hello. Anyway, so let's move on from Azerbaijan and Georgia, because we both kind of think they're mess. To song number 6. Malta. Emma Muscat with the song I Am What I Am. Before I rant again...
I love this song. I actually love the song. I just think it's one of those songs that I always seem to keep repeat listening to this year. I just love the song, and I like it as much because he hates it.
I was about to say, like, you're probably only liking it because I absolutely detest this one. I'm gonna try my best not to rant again on this one. Just please don't say you like it because I hate it.
Oh no, I liked it anyway, but I like it even more because you hate it.
I'm just baffled as to how the national final song that came out of it, Out of Sight, whilst
I like that as well.
I like that. I didn't mind it whatsoever. It wasn't absolutely riveting, but it was certainly better than Azerbaijan, Georgia, and a couple of others. But what the fudge have they done? What they've gone from a Danish songwriter that tried to put this song into the Melody Festival and got knocked out because obviously it's cliche as anything, and yet Malta, for some daft reason, have gone from a quite alright song to this overrated cliche. I can't swear, but you get the idea. I hate it. It's just so much of cliche. Like, you cannot get more cliche than yours. I am. What the fudge?
Oh man.
And the music video's not even any better either. The amount of diversity in it. Yes, diversity's a good thing. Yes, the song's a good message. But stop! Stop!
And meanwhile, back at the farm.
Yeah. My apologies. Back at the farm?
Yeah, it was just a saying, isn't it?
Oh,
Meanwhile,
yeah. It's a British saying. I don't know what you meant. But yeah, rant over. Anywho. Song number 7. San Marino, Achille Lauro with the song Stripper. We both like this one, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I love the Billy Idol vibes. I'm a huge Billy Idol fan, and
Is it Billy Idol?
yeah, he looks like Billy Idol. He's got it down to a T. It's sort of same style of music. That sort of rock. Yeah, I think it's great.
Oh, by the way, before we continue, if you guys got any thoughts on the songs this year, what your favourites particularly are, let us know in the live stream, or of course in the comments below after you've watched this video. With San Marino, we both like this one. But here's the thing. God, is it a copy-paste of last year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so Måneskin.
Which is unfortunate, because Achille Lauro have been going on longer than Måneskin.
Yeah.
They have been going on longer than Måneskin, and people will say that in the comments below.
Yeah, in fact,
they be separate. You can't compare it like that. Unfortunately, the majority of people who will watch this will be first timers. They will not heard the songs before, and will immediately compare it to Måneskin. Regardless, they're all going blind at the end of the day,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
UK, Nicole. Lovely stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, so number 8 is Australia, the only country that is not in Europe somehow in the Eurovision Song Contest. But they have the song this year with Sheldon Riley performing Not the Same. Your thoughts?
Well, it's a lovely song and he's a great singer. But I think it's going to fail. I think it's deemed to fail.
What do you think that is?
I just think there's a lot more stronger ballads this year. Yeah, I could see it finishing just outside the top 10. That's the best.
Of the semi-finals, you mean?
Yeah.
So just about non-qualified.
Yeah.
I see. I'm kind of in the same with this one. Like, it's all right, but it probably could have been a bit better if maybe Sheldon hadn't. Because I just think Sheldon's as much as an amazing singer, like amazing singer. His vocals and his lyrics, they overshadow the song a bit. I think they're just a little bit too full on for this one.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, for a song, you need to hear both the lyrics and the instruments.
Absolutely.
I just think his powerness overarches the rest of the song. That's how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's move on to song number 9, Cyprus and Dramake. Apologies if this is not correct, but the song's called Ella. I think this is slightly overrated.
Yeah, and it's the same old stuff, isn't it, from Cyprus? It's getting really boring.
Yeah,
From female solo singer with a big voice. Yeah, it's been done.
Absolutely.
Frago, look! Stop copying Frago. It just.
Well, it's not quite a Fuego copy. It's a bit lower in BPM.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think really they really need to mix it up a bit next year. I think their songs are getting a bit too samey.
I fully agree. Monica, thank you for sticking around. We will get to Poland in a minute. We're going in performance order, so we're not far away. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries until we get to Poland in a minute. So we'll talk about that. But first up, we will talk about song number 10, Ireland, the country not too far away from us, with Brooke Scullion, the singer, and the song's called That's Rich.
Love it. I actually really like this song. It's one that I keep listening to. And I always have a soft spot for Irish entries.
Well, I mean, so do I in a weird way.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something.
I only like it if I really like it, though.
Yeah. I just always have a soft spot every year for Irish entries, barring Dustin. I've always just liked their entries. Terrible. That was definitely bad.
I briefly liked it and then I didn't. So but with That's Rich,
we both wanted that. We're going to get out of it.
From the national final, we would have rather had. What was it going again?
Yeah, we're going to get out of it.
Yeah, we're going to get out of it. That was more to the point of current times, and we prefer that one.
Yeah.
But that being said, I can't see why Ireland shouldn't do. They should at least get some point.
I reckon it could qualify.
I think it's on the border.
Yeah.
I think it's on the border.
If you think as well, we've got us voting in that semi-final.
We will help them out.
Which I reckon we could help them out there.
We can help them out.
Yeah.
And the good news is we haven't got Lithuania to vote for anymore because we have a lot of Lithuanians here.
Yeah.
We've
got
got a lot
of Polish people here as well.
We have, that could overshadow Poland. We could, but we'll get to Poland in a minute. But as far as Ireland is concerned, it's just on the border. Like I'm torn between it. I think it's definitely better than some others, Malta, and maybe a couple of others as well. But I don't know. I can see it's not qualifying as well because it's Ireland. They've just got a bit of a poor record as of recent times. Anyway, song number 11 is North Macedonia, Andrea with the song Circles. I'll speak about this first off because personally, was like originally kind of was like, oh, this is quite alright. It has gone down for me slightly.
Same here.
Listen to others.
It's kind of got like forgettable.
I agree.
It's kind of like got worse and worse every time I've heard it.
Well, I agree. It's all right at first listen, but then you sort of listen to the others. It's just like not comparable.
No, and to be honest, I've listened to it quite a lot of times when I've been going through all the songs, and I still can't even think of its beat right now.
No.
It's one of them ones.
All I know is we're running in circles, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's just one of them mere ones. It's all right. I'm struggling to remember it now. What it is. Anyway, one song we do know and do like as well is song number 12, Estonia. Stefan with the song Hope. Aside from the fact that it's kind of appropriate given current times, we both love it.
Absolutely. I'm always a sucker for a bit of country in Eurovision. I do love the country songs.
It is a nice country
especially
song.
Netherlands 2014. That should have won.
Oh yes. Pure ballad, that one. Pure ballad.
Sorry, Conchita, but that was just such a great song. I just love country music, and this song is just brilliant.
No, I agree. It is a very good song. You can see it at least going in the top 10 in the final.
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
that's how I see it as well.
And like I say, it's appropriate for modern times.
Yeah,
it is appropriate, all things considered. And he did perform it in his home country, and he did dedicate it to everyone in Ukraine.
Yeah, it's lovely.
At the moment. So it's only appropriate, and I suspect probably, aside from the cowboy vibes and the country vibes, will probably stick a massive Ukraine flag in the background or something.
Yeah.
Apologies for the barking, ladies and gentlemen.
And also, I reckon they should put the disasters emergency, Camille, put it in some of the background. Especially in
More
Ukraine.
of a country song though at the end of the day.
No, in Ukraine's entry. So you can donate during the songs.
That is true. We have talked about Ukraine. If you want to check that out earlier, you can do. Love Estonia, says Nicole. We all love it.
It's such a great song.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To song 13, Romania, WRS or RURS. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the song's called Yamame, which I can pronounce it because I've heard it loads of times. What do you think?
Awful.
Ooh, why awful?
Well, it's just another Romanian meh entry, isn't it?
I wouldn't say it's awful in that sense.
I just to be honest, there's just something really gone wrong with Romanian entries over the last 5 years. I just think they've gone really downhill.
They have gone in the wrong direction.
Yeah. And this is one of the worst, I'd say.
I just think it's another meh. It's not bad by any sense, and you have got the sort of doo-doo-doo, because I do remember the beat. It goes doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, so I can remember it well, but it's just another one of them mess. But it is a slight fan favourite for people.
Yeah.
So it might get the televote.
Yeah, for me, Romania's last sort of decent entry was 2018.
Oh, is that so?
Goodbye. Yeah, Goodbye.
Oh, Goodbye. Oh, I prefer
yeah.
Yodel it.
Oh no, I hated that. No, yodeling is just no. Don't like that.
Love is Nicole just remembered. Love is high, so
it's my life. Yeah, that one was good as well.
2013.
Guilty pleasure of ours.
It is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It is a nice little guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Mainly because of the staging.
Yeah.
Those weird condom.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now, Monica, for you, we will move on to Poland song 14. We're going to say straight away, of course, Ockman is the performer, and the song's called River. We love it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Great. It's great, yeah.
Absolutely
Fans love it as well.
Fan favourite, and we're in agreement.
Definitely one of the best ever Polish entries, I'd say.
Probably the best, definitely the best since 2016 from the fans' perspective, although we weren't that much of a fan of it.
No, absolutely not. But I think this is great. But I do think it's going to struggle with some of the bits that are kind of a copy of Arcade. Some of the lyrics of it.
Well, he does go similar to Arcade.
Yes.
I will agree with that. But that being said, because you've got the start of mixed in with the ballad essence and him being a really fantastic performer, and he does perform this really well, by the way. Loving Poland this year also says Nicole, thank you so much for saying that. we all love it because he's got a and he's also performing it as if it was a ballad, like performing on the piano. So this is weirdly the combination is really good.
Definite qualifying, it could do well. That's what
I say. At least top 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't see why it shouldn't. That's for you, Monica. We love it.
Yeah.
Song number 15 is Montenegro Vladana. My apologies. With the song Breathe. It's another forgettable one.
Yeah, very forgettable. It's something about, I don't know, those Balkan entries sometimes get...
It's just Montenegro.
Yeah.
They just keep putting... I personally think they just keep putting...
I'm glad they've returned, but I was expecting something a bit better.
They don't put in bad entries, they just don't put in entries that are votable.
No, absolutely not.
All
Yeah.
But
I loved the one from 2017. I thought that was a good song.
Which one was that?
Oh no, that was North Macedonia, wasn't it? I keep getting those two mixed up.
Do you mean not?
Dance Alone.
Oh, Dance Alone. Well,
that was Macedonia, wasn't it?
That was Macedonia, but I just thought of another song that was kind of similar to that this year, but I've completely forgotten about that. But yeah, I just think it's another one of the Montenegrin entries that isn't bad. It's not bad by any stretch. In fact, I slightly remember it. It goes. So I slightly remember it, but it's not votable.
No, it's not votable. No.
Anyway, 3 more to go from semi-final 2. Song 16, Belgium, Jeremy McKesey with the song Miss You.
It's a very good return to form for Belgium.
Definitely.
I think this is their best entry since City Lights by a mile.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. Better than last year? Even though it did qualify.
Last year's one was in the wrong place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I wasn't really a fan of that.
I found it right, personally.
I think it was a bit too intense for my liking, that one. But let's put it this way: when it comes to Belgian entries, nothing's going to beat the worst one, and that was Copycat.
It was pretty poor Copycat. But that being said, another good return to form. But something tells me I say it's at least top 15, assuming it did qualify.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't see it trouble in the top 10 personally, which is a little bit annoying from a Belgian perspective. But the fact you've got this sort of Michael Jackson-esque modern kind of vibe, and it goes, but it also goes high as well. It goes, "Am I gonna miss you?"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, very Michael Jackson.
Definitely.
Sort
of poor vocals there. But one person that does have amazing vocals and is arguably one of the standout favourites this year, Song 17, Sweden, Cornelia Jacobs, Hold Me Closer. Dare I say, are we going back to Sweden next year?
I think it could happen. This is such a good song.
It's almost standout.
It's standout. It's so thing. How does Sweden do it? I really don't know. But seriously, when I saw, we both watched Malfest, didn't we? This year.
We did. Nicole said Belgium is incredible. By the way, thank you for saying that. But carry on.
And we looked at each other on the chat and said, "Yeah, didn't we? This is just fantastic."
We thought it was a potential winner, didn't we?
Definitely potential winner, easily.
I can definitely see it. It's topping a lot of polls. It's got the televote. I think it's got the televote.
Yeah, absolutely.
The jurors, though.
Well, they do seem to like Sweden, so...
They do.
Yeah.
Every year they do. They have a little bit of a soft spot for them.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So.
And if you're watching, Mons, please don't perform this year.
But, Petra Mother, if you are watching this, somehow...
Please host next year.
Please host next year, if we're going back to Sweden. If we're going back to Sweden, please host again. I think she would be only one... assuming... Let's just assume. If she did present next year, she'd be... Third time presenting the Eurovision, one behind who's the best?
Kate Boyle.
Kate Boyle for the UK, who's hosted the most times. But anyway, we love a song. It is just a different type of. It's the first sort of breakup song, isn't it? It's the only breakup song in the contest.
And it's captivating.
It's captivating. Her vocals are captivating. Not so sure about that whole sun thing on the stage. But
no.
It is unique.
Yeah, but the song is just captivating. It really is.
But maybe slightly onto the staging. Just a bit. Capping off semi-final 2 is Czech Republic. We Are Domi with Lights Off. First of all, thoughts on it?
I love it. I think it's a great song. I liked this as soon as it came out. I think it's definitely one of the better Czech Republic entries. Because they're either most of their entries are either good or just meh.
No, I agree, because Czech Republic's just one of those countries where, again, they either send okay-ish songs, but they never qualify somehow.
Yeah.
In recent times they have qualified, but still haven't done that well.
No.
Case in point, friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. That was a big fan favourite. That was it was 2017?
Yeah.
2018? I can't remember now. But that was a big fan favourite. Yet only got 3 points from the televote on the night. And they were stunned.
Yeah.
They were stunned by that. They thought they were going to get a lot more than that. But yeah, this is another good one. But we have heard alive on London Calling. Again, it's another one of them edited ones with the high notes, especially the high note. I felt that was a bit forced.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Work on those vocals and you might get there.
Yeah.
That rounds off second semi-final. But first of all, why is it last up?
Maybe staging things again. Maybe.
Maybe. Could be that. We'll see. Anyway, that rounds off the second semi-final. We've talked about all of the semi-finalist countries. Now we move on to the Big Five. We're going to kick off with the hosts, Italy, who have been drawn because of the fact they host it. They can't necessarily draw themselves, so they'd be given a random draw at position number 9, which should point us where the UK were last year. And look what happened there. Italy with the performers Mahmood and Blanco with the song Brevity. We love it.
Absolutely.
Love it.
This is the very first Italian song I've ever actually liked.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first heard it, because I watched the San Remo National Final, I was just captivated by it straight away. It's just such a beautiful song.
Well, I agree. When I first heard it, it was just purely beautiful.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of the fact that, you know, it is different compared to, like, say, a male and female duets, to seeing two male duets of a very popular fan base, if you know what I'm saying. They perform it brilliantly well together. They're almost like lovers together, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And also, you're just mesmerised by the performance every time you watch it.
I fully agree. It's a shame there's not going to be any live instruments, because that would have been better.
Yeah,
I mean, Sam Remo,
especially if we still had the orchestra.
Exactly. But Sam Remo had the orchestra, so you never know. Anyway, it is a challenge for the top. Can you see it winning?
Yeah, easily. I could see it winning.
2 in a row for Italy.
Yeah. Be the first back-to-back winner since Ireland.
It would be.
Yeah.
And at least Italy are taking it seriously every single year, and we are proud of you for.
And also, you haven't gone down the hosts route and not bothered to try and win.
Absolutely. Nicole's also agreeing with that. Thank you ever so much. Now move on to the rest of them. Let's begin with France. Alvan and Ahes with the song Freilen. I should point out before we make our thoughts, the language is Breton, not French. So it's the first time this year, fun fact, we've never had a French entry, and yet the top 3 last year consisted of all French entries. What a difference a year makes.
Yes, I was baffled by the song when it came out. I thought to myself, hey, what's this? I thought, it's like what would happen if you put River Dance in France.
Is it River Dance?
Yes, River France.
Really?
Yeah,
I
get like a
dance.
Yeah, I get like a Celtic vibe from it. It's and I thought, really, is this something you really want to see in Eurovision?
Well, I was a bit puzzled by that to begin with, personally, but now I really like it. I do actually really like it, because it is that different compared to the rest. Whilst I think the fans have ever so slightly overrated it, personally, I do see it doing relatively well. I can at least see top 12, top 13, at least on the left-hand side of the scoreboard for the French. Not as much as last year, but we're starting to go, apologies for this. But I actually do like it, especially the different vibes. It goes. But I personally like it. I personally see it doing well. Vive la France. As long as you give us 12 points, that's alright. I'll move on to Germany. Malik Harris with the song Rock Stars. I'm going to start off with this one by saying I like it. And I think you're in agreement.
Yeah, I like the song, yeah.
Yeah. We both like it. It is probably slightly different compared to the rest. A little bit cliche perhaps, but at least, and also has got rap in it. But I don't know about you, the rap element reminds me of Daz Samson.
Yeah, absolutely. But the lyrics are so, like saying that you want to go back to times before COVID, sort of thing. And that's the bit.
Similar to Rock and Roll Kids, maybe.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I like the song, but I think it's just a bit dated for Eurovision.
And that's why a lot of people aren't voting for it.
Yeah.
They're not in the polls, in it, at the very least. Which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame, Germany, because you can do really good entries. It's just, I think Violent Thing would have done quite well in 2020.
It would have done amazingly well if it weren't cancelled. But what I do find a little bit bizarre is that their internal selections, they can be good.
Yeah.
But their national finals, they're quite poor.
Yeah, and there was that one year where one guy won and he didn't want to do it.
Yeah, that was 2015.
Yeah, because then Anne-Sophie was entered.
Yeah, look what happened there.
Yeah.
Look what happened there.
Yeah.
Didn't deserve it, by the way.
No.
We did. We did in 2015.
Yeah. Oh God, worst UK entry ever. That was.
Right, 2 more songs to go, and then we'll be wrapping up the live stream from here. Next up is Spain. Chanel with the song Slow Mo. Damo.
Awful.
Oh,
I hate this song. I just think it's. Well, for a start, the fans really love it. And it's just that nearly every post in every Facebook Eurovision group is about Chanel. There's 39 other damn songs.
I agree.
It's like
there is a lot of love for Spain this year.
I just think to myself, and they go when they keep calling her Queen of what? Exactly. It's just.
I'm laughing not at the fact I'm in agreement, because here's the thing. I like it. I do like it. I like it mostly because of Chanel, personally. But the song itself, if it were a song, I don't think Spain's going to do as well as people are making it out to be.
No, I reckon it's going to flop like Malta last year.
Well, I reckon it'll get similar points.
Yeah.
I think it'll be liked by the jurors, no doubt about this, but the jurors will be fooled by the community by it. They'll give it high points. I personally don't see it doing that well with the televoters.
No.
I think it's another one of them kind of things and then boos like Malta did last year, which probably wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But I can definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, seeing at least a top 10 finish with this one. It's definitely the best, one of the better Spanish entries. I just find you guys overrating it ever so slightly.
Well, I think it's one of the worst Spanish entries, to be honest.
No, I think it's a better one. I'm going to have to agree.
I think Do It For Your Lover was better than this.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, I think it was. I voted for that in 2017.
Nicole said it's a family show. We know it's a family show, sis, but, you know, I'm part of the family. That's all I will say.
Yeah, no, but seriously, I think it is a bit too overly sexualised. She should wear a bra.
She's virtually fat-chested.
Yeah, well, she should cover up.
Sorry, Chanel, but you kind of are. Anyway, as far as the song itself is concerned, it is similar stuff from Cyprus in yesteryear. People will compare it to that, even though Spanish will claim...
Yeah, it is a Fuego copy.
It is a Fuego copy, but that being said, the Spanish will claim that Cyprus stole it from them in the first place. That's what they keep claiming.
Yeah, but doing the same...
Chanel's not a queen, says Nicole.
Yeah, she's not a queen.
Some
queen of what?
Some people will disagree.
Yeah.
I would say she's a queen, but she's definitely very good. Definitely very good. You know what I'm saying? Finally, we are rounding it off with La Royaume-Uni, United Kingdom, Sam Ryder with the song Spaceman, Damo, go.
Awful.
Oh.
I hate this song. I find his voice really annoying, that high-pitched voice. And I think to myself, I just wish he had just sung lower. I just don't like that girly voice.
But what about the song?
Very easily and cheaply written. I just don't think lyrically it's that great.
Well, like the last one, I also agree to disagree. If anything, Damo's probably in the minority of British fans loving the UK entry, because rarely we get behind it, especially over the last few years. There's a lot of love behind Sam Ryder this year. We are hoping very much, fingers crossed, we do, at least in the left-hand side of the board. I am in agreement, and while this is not a winner by any stretch of the imaginations, I think it would be fantastic if we get a top 5 position, but I love it. I do love it a lot. I think it was definitely okay to begin with the first time. I'm like, oh, okay, it's caught me off guard. But then when I heard it a lot more times, I really, really, really liked it. I practically do love it, come to think of it. And Sam is a great character. He's Jesus Christ. And best of all, Sweden even more like it, because the ESC Nation poll can prove that. Just check out the website and you will see. A lot of love from Scandinavia and Western countries as well. Not a lot of love from Eastern Europe, which is probably not a huge surprise because it's a very Western song.
Yeah.
Very Western song. And I mean, there's quite a few Spacemans this year, is it or not?
Yeah, I just think we're doomed for a bottom 5 finish again.
It's grown on me, said Nicole. I disagree. I can see it's on the left-hand side of the board. At least on the left-hand side of the board. I know I said that for last year. Yeah. That's before we even talked about the staging, which was god awful.
If it doesn't, you've got to sing Malta's song live on a live stream.
Malta's song?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Malta?
Yeah.
From this year?
Yeah.
Well, I say if it didn't hit the left-hand side, I'm going to sing Malta's song.
Yes.
What if it did hit the left-hand side? What about, what could you do?
I'll sing 1944.
Because you're not a fan of that,
are you? No. No, actually, I'll sing Toy because it's easier to sing.
They're not 1944, so we both like that one. We both like 1944. Okay, we like 1944. But yeah, Toy, you can sing Toy.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make a bet on that.
Yeah.
If the UK finishes on the left-hand side of the board, he gets to perform Toy. If it doesn't, I'm going to sing I Am What I Am by Emma Muscat.
Yeah.
Come on, UK. Come on, UK. What's yours there? What will be Nicole's there? Well, she is joking, to be fair, so maybe you don't want necessarily one. Maybe it'll be just between us two.
Yeah.
We don't want you to do anything too bad. Maybe you can perform the remaining one for 2013.
Yeah, do that one.
Do that one.
Yeah.
There we go. Otherwise, that is that. We are done for tonight. We've talked about all of it. We review more to the point. All 40 entries for this year's Eurovision Song Contest. We hope you have enjoyed watching. It's been a long old struggle. I've got to get my mask back on because, well, I wouldn't a minute anyway. I've got slight COVID rules around the house. But anyways, thank you again so much for watching. If you've agreed with us, please let us know in the comments below afterwards. If you haven't, also let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts on everything you've heard from us, especially Damo with his sometimes extreme thoughts.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That's extreme thoughts, to be fair. Music is, what do you get?
Subjective.
It is subjective. It is subjective. You don't know. But we hope you have liked this video. If you have, smash the like button for good as hard as you can. Please do subscribe for more of my Eurovision juicy goodness. And smash the subscribe button as good as hard as you can as well. And of course, if you're already subscribed, ring the bell again and find out about my latest videos. I know a good chunk of you who do watch my stuff aren't even subscribed, so get subscribed.
Yeah, definitely subscribe.
Bang, bang, down, in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are done. Thank you again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I'm